Hi, greetings, fellow horror fans. Welcome to the Child's Play franchise. Now continues on with Child's Play 3. 8 years after Chucky's second demise, the Playpals Company resumes manufacturing Good Guy dolls and reopens their abandoned factory. As Chucky's corpse is being removed from the building, a splash of his blood inadvertently falls into the molten plastic being used to produce the dolls, reviving him in a new body. Chucky tortures and murders Playpal CEO Mr. Sullivan using various children's toys, and then uses the computer records to locate Andy Barkley. Now 16, Andy has been enrolled to Kent Military School after failure to cope in several foster homes. Colonel Cochran, the school's commandant, advises Andy to forget his fantasies about the doll. Andy befriends cadets Ronald Tyler, an 8-year-old boy, Harold Aubrey Whitehurst, a cowardly young man, and Kristen De Silva, for whom he develops romantic feelings. He also meets Brett C. Shelton, a sadistic lieutenant colonel who routinely bullies the cadets. Tyler is asked to deliver a package to Andy's room. Tyler realizes that the package contains a Good Guy doll and takes it to the school's weapons armory to open it. Chucky bursts from the package and sends to find Tyler instead of Andy. However, whenever he can possess the first person who learns his true identity, he tells Tyler his secret. Before Chucky can enact the voodoo swapping ritual to possess Tyler, Cochran interrupts him and confiscates the doll, throwing it into a garbage truck. Chucky escapes by luring the driver into the truck's compactor and crushing him to death. Andy starts to bond with De Silva. That night, Chucky texts Andy and tells him his plans for taking over Tyler's body. Before Andy can fight back, Shelton comes in and takes the doll from him. Andy escapes in Shelton's room to recover it. Shelton awakes to confront him, only to find that Chucky has vanished. Suspecting the doll was stolen, Shelton forces all the cadets to do exercises as punishment. Chucky attempts to possess Tyler again, but they're interrupted by De Silva and fellow cadet Ivers. Later, an outwitting Chucky surprises Cochran, unintentionally shocking him to a fatal heart attack. The next morning, Andy tries to convince Tyler that Chucky is evil, but Tyler refuses to believe him. Meanwhile, Chucky kills the Camp Barber Sergeant Botnick by slashing his throat with a straight razor. Miners witnesses Botnick's murder and flees in terror. Despite Cochran's death, the school's annual war games are scheduled to proceed as planned. Cadets divided between a red team and a blue team. Andy, Shelton, and Whitehurst are all on the blue team. Chucky secretly replaces the paint bullets of the red team with live ammunition. When the simulation begins, Chucky lures Tyler away from his team. Andy tries to convince Whitehurst into helping him save Tyler, but Whitehouse is too scared to go. Finally realizing that Chucky's evil, Tyler stabs him with a pocket knife and flees to find Andy. Chucky then attacks De Silva and holds her hostage, forcing Andy to exchange Tyler for De Silva. The blue team and red team arrive at the scene and open fire. Shelton is killed by a bullet for the red team while Tyler escapes in the chaos. Chucky tosses a grenade at the quarreling cadets. Whiter sleeps on top of the grenade, sacrificing himself to save the others. Tyler flees to a nearby carnival where Chucky kills a security guard and captures him again. Andy and De Silva arrive soon after and take the security guard's gun. They follow Chucky and Tyler into a horror-themed roller coaster. Chucky wounds De Silva. She gives Andy the gun and tells him to save Tyler. Andy pursues Chucky deeper into the ride and repeatedly shoots him on top of a mountain of skulls, saving Tyler. Chucky revives and attacks again. In the struggle, Andy cuts off Chucky's right hand with Tyler's knife and throws him to a massive metal fan, shredding his body apart and finally killing him. De Silva is rushed to the hospital while Andy is taken away by police for questioning. And Andy just cannot catch a break, can he? Anyway, so let's take a look at the production of this movie. Universal Studios said Don Mancini began writing a third installment for the series before Child's Play 2 was released, causing pressure on him to draft a storyline on such a tight schedule. The film was formally greenlit after the successful release of his predecessor, with the release date 9 months away. Mancini initially wanted to introduce the concept of multiple Chuckies in the movie, but due to budget constraints, the idea was eventually scrapped. Mancini later used this concept for the 2017 sequel Cult of Chucky. It also was intended to open with a scene of a security guard portrayed by John Ritter fighting off a group of trespassing children at the Good Guys factory by telling them scary stories about Chucky. Then Mancini decided to make Andy Barkley 16 years old. He considered recasting the role of Jonathan Brandis before hiring Justin Whalen. Before Jack Bender became director, Mancini wanted to hire Peter Jackson. Principal photography began on February 4th, 1991, at the Kemper Military School in Boonville, Missouri. Further filming took place in California and Los Angeles and the Universal Studios lot in Universal City. The carnival scenes were filmed in Valencia, California. The puppeteers made the dolls speak using computer technology controls mouth movements to align with Dorff's pre-recorded dialogue. Edward Wilkins IV returned to work as one of Chucky's puppeteers, as did Van Snowden. And now let's take a look at sort of a controversy with this film regarding the murder of James Bulger. A such a link with the film was made after the murder of James Bulger. The killers, who were 10 years old at the time, were said to have imitated a scene in which one of Chucky's victims is splashed with blue paint. Psychologist Guy Cumberbatch stated, quote, "The link with the video was that when the father of the boys, John Van Oblis, had run to Child's Play 3 some months earlier," end quote. However, the police officer who directed the investigation, Albert Kirby, found that the son John was not living with his father at the time and was unlikely to have seen the film. Moreover, the boy disliked horror films, a point later confirmed by psychiatric reports. Thus, the police investigation, which had specifically looked for a video link, concluded there was none. However, the judge, Justice Moreland, said in his comments that the murder had some striking similarities to the film that grave crimes by young children could be caused by reasons including exposure to violent video films, including possibly Child's Play 3. Following the trial, the Association of Video Retailers in the UK recommended that its members voluntarily remove the trilogy from their shelves. The film remained controversial in Europe, and both Sky Television in the United Kingdom and Canal Plus in Spain refused to broadcast the film as regular programming, and the case led to new legislation for video films. Now, let's take a look at the novelization of this film. A tied novel was later written by Matthew J. Costello. Just like Child's Play 2, this novel had some of the author's own inclusions. In the beginning, adapted from an early draft of the screenplay in the Playpost Factory, a rat scours for food and, smelling blood within plastic, chews on Chucky's remains. Blood then leaks out the remains and somehow leaks onto another doll. Chucky's death in this book is also different. In the novel, while defending Tyler on an exterior ride, Andy grapples with Chucky before finally shooting him several times, causing the doll's body to fall to the ground, and Andy watches the head shatter to blood, metal, and plastic. And let's take a look at Halloween Horror Nights here. In 2009, the climax of Child's Play 3 received its own maze at Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights, entitled Chucky's Funhouse. This is not the first time Chucky had been featured in Halloween Horror Nights. Since 1992, Chucky has started his own shows, Chucky's In-Your-Face Insults and Chucky's Insult Emporium. Curse of Chucky also received its own Scare Zone in the 2013 lineup. Oh, interesting. So overall, I think this movie is okay. I mean, it's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. So to me, it's just okay. So yeah. So overall, I give Child's Play 3. I'll give it 3 Good Guy Dolls out of 5. So yeah. Anyway, right. So tune in tomorrow as we take a look at the following film, Bride of Chucky. So until then, in the words of Charles Lee Ray, give me the power, I beg of you!